Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Mackenzie and today we're going to be discussing the really sad and, I don't even know, brutal case of Monica Dasilva. I don't like having super long intros, so let's go ahead and get into it. It was on September 22nd, 1990 that her family would see her for the very last time. The night that they saw her, they just watched a movie. It was Monica, her mother, and her little brother James, and off to bed the kids went, and that was the last time anybody had ever seen Monica. It was that night that Monica was taken from her bedroom in her apartment. Her apartment was on the first floor on Idlewild Drive in Reno, Nevada. During the time that she was taken, not only was her family home and sleeping, but her little brother James, who was only 5 at the time, was actually sleeping in the same bedroom as her. And there was never any cry or anything like that. So it is very possible that he didn't wake up, because kids can be very deep sleepers, or it's possible that he could have possibly been drugged by the captor to help him sleep. The next morning, on September 23rd, the mother entered their bedroom to wake up the kids like any normal parent does, and noticed that Monica wasn't in bed. But not only was Monica not in bed, the window above her bed was now open and the screen was missing. Her window faced an alley and another complex, meaning that that person could have easily hidden while going on these tasks of taking Monica. Unfortunately, 3 weeks later, on October 14th, 1990, in Lago Muracino Canyon, which is close to Lockwood in Sparks, Nevada, a family of hikers found the remains of Monica Dasilva. The remains wasn't just a body like you'd be thinking after only 3 weeks, but it was her skull, her collarbone, her ribs, and some hair, and that was it. She was incredibly decomposed. The Washoe County team went out there and took in the bones, because whether this was Monica or not, it was obviously going to be a crime scene and evidence. They believed it wasn't Monica because of how quickly the body was decomposed, and that makes sense because it typically takes about a year for a body to become bones, and this had only been 3 weeks. There was no way for this to be the way it was unless some sort of substance was used to help decompose her body faster, which there is a few different things out there that do that, but it has never been released what they believe was used on Monica's body. It took 10 months, almost a year, for them to identify it as Monica's body, because they believed for so long that it could not have possibly been hers. But they used dental records and it did match perfectly, confirming this was the remains of little Monica Dasilva. At first, police and the Major Crimes Task Force of Washoe County really looked in on Monica's parents, which makes sense. A lot of times when crimes happen, it is the parents who, or someone close to them, that is at fault. And it took a while, but eventually her parents were cleared of suspicion, and it doesn't really say why they were cleared of suspicion. I can't find anything. I just see that they are cleared of any sort of suspicion at all. A few months before Monica went missing, the Chia children, and if you have not seen my video on them, I would highly recommend you check it out, their bodies had just been found. They had been missing for almost a year when their bodies were found, and so because of the way that their bodies were both found, where it was just skeletons, and the time frame and area that they both went missing from, it has been believed for a long time that these two unsolved cases are indeed linked. Not only that, but soon after she went missing, the famous J.C. Dugard went missing from South Lake Tahoe. J.C. was missing for nearly 20 years and finally escaped her captor, Philip Garrido. And so when this happened, a lot of people believe that Garrido was also guilty of the Chia murders and of the murder of Monica Dasilva, but he has been cleared on those 3 murders. In more recent years, it has been believed that Monica was taken and killed by the same man who kidnapped and murdered April Rhodes in 1986 in Las Vegas, Nevada, due to the incredibly similar circumstances. They were both 7 years old, both removed from their bedrooms while asleep at night, both from a first-floor apartment complex. and they both actually had little brothers sleeping in the same room with them. But unfortunately, Jasper Goddard had been sentenced to 5 years in prison 2 months before Monica Dasilva was captured. The weird thing about that is that they have not been able to find a date as to when his sentence actually started, because you can be sentenced but not be starting right away. They could give you 90 days before you go to prison oftentimes, so there is actually no date. So it is absolutely possible that in that time, because nobody knows, apparently, I don't know how nobody knows, when he went to jail, that he could have done this to Monica Dasilva, but unfortunately there have not been any strong links in those cases to put him in Reno, Nevada during that time, or anything that was strong enough to pin this case on him, and he has been removed from the suspect list. This case still haunts Reno. It still haunts the crime division of the Washoe County and Reno PD. They still look into it, and they do truly believe that as we progress further in our technology, that we will be able to solve Monica's case, and I hope that we do, for the sake of her family, who's been waiting far too long for there to be justice for their little girl Monica. I'd like to give a shout out in this video to the Facebook group Interesting Cases, Crimes, and Current Events Around the Globe. You guys really worked with me in this case and helped bring me some theories, and we had a really great discussion. If you guys are interested in cases, I really recommend that group. They have so many different things going on, and you can follow so many different threads, and it's very well organized, so I very much so recommend them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.